Unsolved mysteries, the haunting cold cases that still baffle investigators. Unsolved mysteries and cold cases are intriguing and captivating to many people. These are cases that have remained unsolved for an extended period of time, often years or even decades. They involve crimes or disappearances that have baffled investigators and left the public with unanswered questions. The fascination with these cases stems from the mystery surrounding them, as well as the desire for justice and closure. Unsolved mysteries and cold cases can encompass a wide range of crimes and disappearances. They can include murders, kidnappings, missing persons cases, and other unexplained phenomena. These cases often capture the public's attention because they involve real people and real tragedies. People are drawn to the mystery and the possibility of uncovering the truth behind these unsolved crimes. The disappearance of Madeleine McCann. One of the most well known unsolved mysteries in recent history is the disappearance of Madeleine McCann. Madeleine was a 3-year-old British girl who went missing while on vacation with her family in Portugal in 2007. The case received widespread media attention and sparked an international search for the young girl. The timeline of events leading up to Madeleine's disappearance is as follows. On May 3, 2007, Madeleine was put to bed by her parents at their holiday apartment in Praia da Luz. When her parents checked on her later that evening, she was gone. Despite extensive searches and investigations by both Portuguese and British authorities, Madeleine has never been found. Numerous theories have emerged surrounding Madeleine's disappearance. Some believe that she was abducted by a stranger, while others suspect that her parents may have been involved in her disappearance. There have been reported sightings of Madeleine over the years, but none have been confirmed. The case remains open and continues to be actively investigated. The unsolved murder of John Benet Ramsey. Another high-profile unsolved case is the murder of John Benet Ramsey. John Benet was a 6-year-old beauty queen who was found dead in the basement of her family's home in Boulder, Colorado on December 26, 1996. Her murder remains unsolved, and the case has captivated the public for over 2 decades. The timeline of events leading up to John Benet's murder is as follows. On Christmas night in 1996, John Benet's parents reported her missing after finding a ransom note demanding $118,000. Later that day, her body was discovered in the basement of their home. The cause of death was determined to be asphyxiation and strangulation. Numerous theories have been put forth regarding John Benet's murder. Some believe that an intruder broke into the home and killed her, while others suspect that someone within the family may have been involved. The case has been the subject of intense media scrutiny and numerous documentaries, but no one has ever been charged in connection with John Benet's murder. The mysterious death of Elisa Lam. The mysterious death of Elisa Lam is another unsolved case that has captured the public's attention. Elisa was a Canadian student who was found dead in a water tank on the roof of the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles in 2013. Her death was ruled as accidental drowning, but many questions remain unanswered. The timeline of events leading up to Elisa's death is as follows. Elisa checked into the Cecil Hotel on January 26, 2013. On February 1st, she was reported missing by hotel staff after failing to check out. Her body was discovered on February 19th in one of the hotel's water tanks. The circumstances surrounding Elisa's death are strange and have led to numerous theories. Surveillance footage from the hotel's elevator shows Elisa behaving erratically and seemingly interacting with someone who is not visible on the video. Some believe that she was the victim of foul play, while others think that she may have been experiencing a mental health crisis. The case remains unsolved, and the true cause of Elisa's death remains a mystery. The unidentified victims of the Cleveland Torso Killer. The Cleveland Torso Killer is one of America's most notorious unsolved serial killer cases. The killer, who operated in Cleveland, Ohio during the 1930s, is believed to have murdered and dismembered at least 12 victims. The bodies were often found decapitated and mutilated, making identification difficult. The timeline of events leading up to the murders is as follows. The first known victim of the Cleveland Torso Killer was found in September 1935. Over the next few years, more bodies were discovered in various locations around Cleveland. The killer was never caught, and the case remains open. Numerous theories have been proposed regarding the identity of the Cleveland Torso Killer. Some believe that he may have been a doctor or a butcher due to his skill in dismembering the bodies. Others think that he may have been a transient or a drifter who targeted vulnerable individuals. Despite extensive investigations by law enforcement, the killer's identity remains unknown. The Zodiac Killer's cryptic messages. The Zodiac Killer is one of America's most infamous unsolved serial killer cases. The killer operated in Northern California during the late 1960s and early 1970s and is believed to be responsible for at least 5 murders. What sets this case apart is the killer's taunting letters and cryptic messages sent to newspapers and police. The timeline of events leading up to the murders is as follows. The first confirmed Zodiac killing occurred in December 1968, with subsequent murders taking place over the next few years. The killer sent a series of letters to newspapers in which he claimed responsibility for the murders and included cryptograms that he challenged the public to solve. The identity of the Zodiac Killer remains unknown, despite numerous suspects being investigated over the years. The case has generated a great deal of public interest and has inspired books, movies, and documentaries. The killer's cryptic messages and taunting behavior have only added to the mystery surrounding this unsolved case. The unsolved case of the boy in the box. The boy in the box is one of America's most haunting unsolved mysteries. In 1957, the body of an unidentified young boy was discovered in a cardboard box in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Despite extensive investigations and media coverage, his identity and killer have never been determined. The timeline of events leading up to the discovery of the boy's body is as follows. On February 25, 1957, a college student discovered the body of a young boy in a box in a wooded area. The boy was estimated to be between 4 and 6 years old and had been severely beaten and malnourished. Numerous theories have been proposed regarding the identity and killer of the boy in the box. Some believe that he may have been a victim of child abuse or trafficking, while others think that he may have been a victim of a family member or acquaintance. Despite ongoing efforts by law enforcement and amateur sleuths, the case remains unsolved. The strange disappearance of the Sodder children. The disappearance of the Sodder children is a baffling cold case that has haunted their family for over 70 years. On Christmas Eve, 1945, 5 children from the Sodder family vanished from their home in Fayetteville, West Virginia. Despite extensive searches and investigations, their fate remains unknown. The timeline of events leading up to the disappearance is as follows. On the night of December 24th, 1945, a fire broke out in the Sauter family home. George and Jenny Sauter, along with four of their children, managed to escape the blaze. However, their five other children, ranging in age from 5 to 14, were never seen again. The circumstances surrounding the disappearance of the Sauter children are mysterious and have led to numerous theories. Some believe that they may have perished in the fire and their remains were never found. Others suspect foul play and believe that the children were kidnapped or taken against their will. The case remains open, and the Sauter family has never given up hope of finding answers. The unsolved case of the Black Dahlia. The Black Dahlia murder is one of Hollywood's most infamous unsolved cases. In 1947, the body of Elizabeth Short, a young aspiring actress, was found brutally murdered and mutilated in Los Angeles. The case received widespread media attention and has since become a source of fascination for true crime enthusiasts. The timeline of events leading up to Elizabeth Short's murder is as follows. On January 15, 1947, Short's body was discovered in a vacant lot. She had been severely beaten, mutilated, and bisected at the waist. The case quickly gained notoriety due to the gruesome nature of the crime. Numerous theories have been proposed regarding the identity and motive of Elizabeth Short's killer. Some believe that she may have been the victim of a serial killer, while others suspect that someone within her social circle may have been involved. Despite extensive investigations by law enforcement over the years, the case remains unsolved. The mystery of the Hinterkaifeck Farm murders. The Hinterkaifeck Farm murders are one of Germany's most enduring unsolved mysteries. In 1922, 6 members of the Gruber family were brutally murdered on their remote farm in Bavaria. The case remains unsolved, and numerous theories have been proposed regarding the identity of the killer. The timeline of events leading up to the murders is as follows. On the evening of March 31st, 1922, the Gruber family was attacked and killed on their farm. The bodies were discovered several days later, and it was determined that they had been bludgeoned to death. The circumstances surrounding the Hinterkaifeck Farm murders are perplexing and have led to numerous theories. Some believe that the killer may have been a disgruntled farmhand or a neighbor with a grudge. Others suspect that the murders may have been the work of a serial killer. Despite extensive investigations by law enforcement, the case remains unsolved. The unsolved case of the Axeman of New Orleans. The Axeman of New Orleans is one of America's most chilling unsolved cases. From 1918 to 1919, a serial killer terrorized the city of New Orleans, targeting victims with an axe. The killer's identity remains unknown, and his crimes have become the stuff of legend. The timeline of events leading up to the murders is as follows. The first known attack by the Axeman occurred in May 1918, with subsequent attacks taking place over the next year. The killer targeted victims in their homes, often breaking in and attacking them while they slept. Numerous theories have been proposed regarding the identity of the Axeman. Some believe that he may have been a deranged individual with a personal vendetta, while others suspect that he may have been a hitman or a member of organized crime. Despite extensive investigations by law enforcement at the time, the killer was never caught.